positive, 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 tunnel vision, tunnel vision, tunnel vision. It's time, it's time, it's time. Today is April the 2nd, 2025, and it is 10:01 a.m. My review and experience of Husler'S University in the real world. Now, before I get into my experience and my review of the real world, previously known as Husler'S University, I want to say that I am a fan of Andrew Tate. I am a fan of Tristan Tate. I am a fan of Emory Tate, which is their father. Okay. Excuse me, I just got from taking an Epsom salt bath. Got to keep the body preserved. Okay. Got to keep the glow. Got to keep the toxins out of my body. Got to stay healthy. You know, I'll be 35 next month. Okay. I've been a fan of Andrew Tate, the Tate brothers, since Andrew Tate's second interview with Rollo Tomasi. And that was when he first cut his hair. Okay. And I've done so far 2 videos on Andrew Tate. I did one of his quotes. Make sure y'all go find it. Do your due diligence. I'm not going to tell you the title. We do our due diligence over here. We go look for it. We do the work. Go through my archives and find the thumbnail of him and the title, which is one of his quotes. In another video I did, most recent video I did, was one of his books. I did a review for that. So make sure y'all go through my archives and find the 2 videos that I did on Andrew Tate. Okay? But I digress. I would say about 3 years ago, around Christmas time, I treated myself to Husler'S University. And at that time, they were operating on Discord. And I chose to pretty much take a financial approach to Husler'S University. And the trade that I picked was copywriting. Because on Husler'S University, it's all about making money online. And I chose copywriting. And the instructor was Andrew Bass, who I did a short on. I said one of his shorts in one of my quotes. I picked one of his quotes for one of my shorts. Okay. Make sure y'all go through my archives and find out which one I did. And I'll give you a hint. A young lady left a comment in my comment section. And, and I respect her and I appreciate her thought. Shout out to you. Thank you for your comment on that particular short. Okay. But Andrew Bass was the professor. I don't know if he still is or not, but he was the professor of copywriting. And at first, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't apply myself on Husler'S University. Okay. And that's been my biggest problem in life. Too much consumption and not enough production. Got a video on that too. Make sure y'all go to the archives and find it. All right. Now, Husler'S University, all I did was pretty much watch videos. I didn't really apply myself. The only thing I did as far as copywriting is pretty much go through the videos that he had. Okay. And I would say about a year in, there was this big announcement from Andrew Tate that the Husler'S University was going to evolve into the real world under their own server. Okay. And I was able to transfer over to the real world. Now, at the time, I paid $49 for Husler'S University, and then it evolved into the real world. Once it got to the real world, I must say they did a great job of upgrading it. It was much better. They went from using somebody else's server, Discord, to having their own, which I respect and I absolutely learn from. Okay. And Andrew Bass started I started following Andrew Bass's morning power-ups around Thanksgiving of that next year. I'm not sure the years. And the power-ups really motivated me, as I got through my day. He did talk about things pertaining to copywriting, but it was more so about motivating you to be the best version of yourself. Okay. My favorite power-up, which I remember to this day, was the one on declaring war, okay, on yourself. And another one that I remember, he broke down Andrew Tate's father's infamous quote: "My unmatched perspicacity, coupled with my sheer infatigability, makes me a feared opponent in any realm of human endeavor." That was one of my other favorite morning power-ups. And another one was also, whenever you're going through tough times, one song that can get you in a good mood is "Dancing in the Moonlight." Okay. So those are 3 morning power-ups that I'll never forget and that I will continue to use as a reference as I continue to build my life. And one skill that I learned from Andrew Bass, shout out to you again, Andrew Bass, was instead of, while you're reading a book, constantly taking notes, read the whole book. Then at the end, do a summary. And I tried it, and I've been doing it ever since. I've never taken notes ever since I learned that from Andrew Bass. And another book that he recommended, that's one of my favorite books of all time, Man's Search for Meaning. And one of his, also, if I had to throw a bonus power-up, one of his power-ups was also on Viktor E. Frankl's quote: "If you have a why, you can bear anything." And I did a video on Viktor E. Frankl's quote. Okay? Make sure y'all go through the archives and check that out. So it's a total of 3 morning power-ups and a bonus power-up that I learned from Andrew Bass. And as far as copywriting is concerned, I never applied myself. I'm going to be honest, I never applied myself. I never took the first step. Okay? And I take full responsibility. The information is there, the techniques is there, the strategies is there, but I never took the step. Okay? And I'm just being honest. Okay. And most of the things that I learned on the real world, on the real world, I learned more things about being a man from Andrew Bass. On Hustlers University, I watched a lot of Andrew Tate's videos, and I kind of interacted in the chat. But once it evolved into the real world, that's when I really started to learn more. It became more about becoming better as a man than more so, becoming a money making machine, doing copywriting. Okay. And I had they didn't have an app. I had the website as a tab in my phone, and I also had it as a tab on my laptop at the time. And one morning, I woke up, I went to my page, and it was a different picture in my profile. It was a picture of Mike Tyson with all three of his championship belts. Now, the picture I had was the same picture I got on this channel's profile. Me with the gray vest, white shirt, and tie pointing at the screen. So immediately, I tried to reach out to somebody. I tried to call a number, and the number wouldn't work for some reason. And then secondly, I tried to email somebody. Nobody responded. So the first thing I thought was, when I seen a different picture, was somebody hacked my account. So immediately I canceled my subscription. And I got an email stating that the subscription was canceled. So that next month, when it was time to, take the monies out for my subscription, I thought that my subscription was canceled. I go on my account, I'm short $49. So I go, and it's the exact real world taking it out again. So they never canceled my subscription. Okay. So right after that, I went to the bank and I canceled my debit card, which was my form of payment. And ever since then, I haven't been on the real world. I haven't done any morning power-ups because Andrew Bass, he's on Rumble. His morning power-ups was not a part of, it was a part of the real world, but he was with Rumble. His account is with Rumble. And that left a bad taste in my mouth to the point that the last thing that I posted was right before that morning power up. I was so angry that I posted, that, the real world cheated me out of my money. After I canceled my subscription, and I got an email stating it was canceled, only for the next month to them to take the monies out of my account as if I was still a subscriber. And from there, I haven't even been on Rumble. I haven't even been on Rumble since then. And in that comment section before the morning power up that particular day, I just wrote how I felt. I was cheated out of my money after I canceled it. And the best thing for me to do was just to get a new card. And then I got an email. Stating that they couldn't get the monies out that next month. So you can email me to get the money, Okay. But you didn't email me and you can email me making sure that the subscription was canceled, but it really wasn't canceled. So I must say there was a lot of scamish things going on, you know, within that situation. I can't really pinpoint and say who it was or what it was. All I know is I was compromised. Because I gave them my information, I was compromised. And I'm being objective about it. I told you the good, I told you the bad, and I'm telling you the ugly. I was compromised financially. And that left a bad taste in my mouth, you know. And from there, I kind of calmed down a lot as far as following Andrew Tate. I'm still a fan, but after that situation, I calmed down, you know. Now I can't blame Andrew Tate. I can't blame Tristan Tate. You know, I don't know how a person got my information. You know, what I will say is, as far as their security wise on the real world, it was trash. You know, it was trash. And if the and it's somebody else. A couple months ago, I was on my phone and somebody else said that their account got hacked. So and there's probably more people saying that their account was hacked. You know, so I'm not just saying this. You know, and even in my account being hacked, that doesn't change the things that I've learned from the real world and the things that I'm applying in my life because of the real world and because of Hustler University. So I'm gonna be honest, you know, I'm gonna put my thoughts and feelings aside. I'm gonna separate what I learned from what happened to me from a security perspective, and I'm gonna give Hustlers University, and I'm gonna give the real world, and I'm just being fair. I'm gonna give them 3 stars. I'm gonna give them 3 stars because for me to give them 4 or 5 stars, the security of my finances shouldn't have ever happened. Okay. Do I recommend Hustlers University? Do I recommend the real world? Yes, I do. Okay. And I would still be on the real world. I'll still be on Hustlers University if that didn't happen. So that's why I'm giving them 3 stars. Because that left such a bad taste in my mouth. But that was years ago. I've had time to allow my thoughts and emotions to smooth out. And now I'm giving my review on it. Shout out to Andrew Bass. Shout out to Tristan. Shout out to the Tate brothers. And this is my review and this is my experience. And I hope that you can learn from my experience, whether you decide to join. If you decide to join the real world, keep that in mind. I don't know if they improved the problem or not, but this is just my experience. So this is it. Like I said, shout out to the Tate brothers. Shout out to Andrew Bass. And I encourage you to always put your best foot forward. And shout out to Aristotle Verner Jr. Shout out to Tyson 4D. Okay. And I'm going to end it with Aristotle Verner Jr.'s quote. When you pay attention. A lot of things that I learned in the real world, I wouldn't have probably learned if I wasn't paying for it. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your week. And until next time, it's time. It's time. It's time.